recap for today. Today is October 2nd. We had news non-farm employment at 7:15 a.m. today, which was actually 8:15 in New York time. I'm in Chicago, so it's a little bit different. Um, right off the market open, I saw that we filled this gap right here. If you look at NQ, this is actually a fair value gap. Price came in, went straight to the downside, swept a little bit of liquidity over here. And then actually after that news came out, we saw that we swept all these highs right here all the way up to this equal high right here. Coming down, I actually missed a trade. I called this out and I saw it. I knew I could have hit it. However, I just hesitated and just wicked up too quickly for me to take a trade. So I missed out. But I'm not mad about it because it actually played out very nicely. I'll show you right here. This is exactly what I was sitting on. I was looking to hit these pre-market lows. And honestly, I could have even targeted to this resting liquidity from yesterday because it came down all the way to it. As you can see right here, came out all the way down to that. So I could have made a decent buck off that, but I'm not really mad that I missed it. Shit happens all the time. I miss a lot of trades. Moving on, we swept liquidity. If you look at the 1 hour time frame, you saw that we swept all of these lows right here and we came up to this low right here. These are all by sell side liquidity being swept. I just had a brain fart. So that instantly gives me a confluence to the upside. Let's go on trade replay mode. So we made this fair value gap to the upside after we swept these lows right here. Closed above there, waited for a price to retrace back into it. Boom. Right off of that, I took it right there, put my stops right above this wick right here where this gap is, because I knew price would want to maybe come down and play around in this fair value gap maybe a little bit. So I left it right there. And then I wanted to target pre-market highs. And I had my first take profit set at pretty much market open, so 832. So let's just see what happens when this trades out. So chopped around a little bit, and then we made another fair value gap to the upside. As you can see, price came into it, respecting it. And then sure enough, it came up, perfectly hitting it, pre-market highs. And honestly, I could have kept it even longer or at least had some kind of runner to hit to this take profit right here. Let's just see. So this was a 3 to 8, or I'm sorry, a 1 to 3 or 3.8 risk to reward. But if I wanted to, I honestly could have kept it going to this high right here. Let me get that right there. Because as you can see, once I hit that take profit, it just continued to go even higher. So it came below a little bit, generating more liquidity, filling these fair value gaps right here. Made another fair value gap. This actually became an inverse fair value gap. You could see that we had this right here. This turned into an inverse fair value gap. And then this fair value gap got respected pretty much the next 2 minutes after that. And then could have easily went all the way up. So it did take some time before it played out. So if you're trading QQQ on options, this would have taken a little bit of time before that would have hit out to this take profit from yesterday's high. So theta decay would probably kick in. So that's why, me personally, when I tell people to, instead of trading options, get more into trading futures on funded accounts, because then you don't have to worry about theta decay, all that kind of stuff. With funded accounts, it's super easy. You get a set amount of money, you got to pass a challenge, and then from there you have it profit splits. I usually choose profit splits, prop firms with a good amount of profit slips, so either a 90 to close to 100%, so that you can pretty much keep pretty much all of the fucking capital that you make. Besides the point, this was the trade for today. I don't think I'm going to be trading anymore for today. I don't really see any more setups currently. Yeah, there was nothing really too good. I mean, you could have catched this small down move to the downside with this fair value gap right here. being filled and respected. This actually was an inverse fair value gap. You could see on probably the 2 minute time frame. Uh, I don't know, but besides the point, this is an inverse fair value gap. Huge wick to the upside, and then a huge impulsive move to the downside right here. This is a fair value gap. Price came up, hit the 9 EMA or the 21 EMA. I don't even know which one's which color, but hit the EMA, respected it all the way down. Could have swept to these lows right here, filling these fair value gaps on the 3 minute, probably 2 minute, maybe. Yeah, pretty much filling these fair value gaps right here. So not a bad trading day today. Volume did die out a little bit after we swept these yesterday's highs. I do think I could have gotten into that if I wanted to. However, I had class and I was on my way to school, so I didn't really want to risk money while I wasn't paying attention to the market. But yeah, I mean, this was a decent trade, honestly. You could have taken this no problem without being stopped out. You would have been a drawdown just a little bit. Let's just say, for example, okay, this is the high of yesterday being swept. We have this fair value gap being formed right here. Could have honestly taken it right off of there, right off of that wick that came in. So let's just say you took it off there. I know you'd have to have a pretty big stop loss for this one, but this would have been pretty fire, honestly. This would have been a 1 to 3.16, so this is pretty fire. Played out perfectly. You didn't hit your stop loss. You played around and draw down a little bit, but that's why, like I said before, I think it's literally perfect to get into prop firms and finding the right prop firm, because at that point you're not risking your own capital too much. I think it's definitely beneficial to start off with options because it gives you a better perspective on not just futures, but you can also dabble into IWM, Tesla, all that kind of stuff. Any of the Mag 7 stocks that can use ICT or the SMC strategy. So it gets you to play around with more than just futures, the two major futures, so ES and NQ. So yeah, I think that's it for today. Probably not going to be trading anymore today, but I'll see you guys tomorrow.